Can you be in a leadership position and have no power? You think so, right? You've been there, you've seen it. We've all worked for bad leaders. Now, let's do the flip of that. Can you be in an informal position, not a formal leadership position, and wield a lot of power? I want you to think of power as the ability to influence. You don't have to be in a position of authority to influence. But because of the way the Army's structured, I go into this assignment, and here I am, 23 years old, and I'm the one with the authority. But I don't have the power, and I know that. Remember power, influence? The non-commissioned officer who was in his 30s, who was teaching me the ropes, I had the authority, and guess what? He had the power, because I was a newbie cutting my teeth. Yes, sir?
You can delegate power, but you can't normally delegate authority.
Aha! I'm going to ask you this question since you brought it up. And I'll use two different words, or one different word. Can I delegate authority? Can I delegate responsibility? You can delegate authority, but you can never delegate responsibility. What do you think about that?
You're going to be responsible for their actions and your own, but you can also, in your own way, make them accountable for their own actions.
That's the best time
you hold that.
That's the first time anybody's answered that so well. I can delegate the authority to a subordinate, but I'm still responsible for the job getting done. And that's exactly what it took for Hawk to finally say, okay. But if you make a mistake, and I'm the boss, and you work for me, I'm still responsible for your actions. Let me ask a different question. Can you delegate authority? One. Can you delegate responsibility? I can delegate authority, but I can never delegate responsibility. Now, why? Why, if Justin, you worked for me and I said to you, you're responsible, but I retain the authority, how do you feel? I'm a turd. Yeah. On the other hand, how would you feel if you had all of the responsibility, but none of the authority? What do you think it could do for that person's initiative? I've given you all this authority, and here's the responsibility, but you can't do this and you can't do this. And I'm not telling you this before you try to do something constructive or take some initiative. I'm going to clip your wings after you try to do something. Now, would that stifle the initiative of the people on your team? And that was the point I was trying to make in my blog.
You don't need to be a manager to be a leader.
Okay. What's the difference between a manager and a leader? Between management and leadership?
Management has certain responsibilities in an organization, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're a leader.
Well, I think a manager tells you how to do it. A leader shows you how to do it.
You lead people. You manage objects and things. How does this sound to you? I'm managed by Diane. I'm led by Diane. Who wants to be managed? Individually, we want two things. We all want to be treated with dignity and respect. And we all want the opportunity to learn and grow. Collectively, we all want to be part of a winning team. And we want our contributions to matter.